Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Jillian, and I want to come on here and talk to y'all today about primrose. What? So, just to remind all of you, I am legally blind. So, if you come on here and you say hi, and I don't see you, I apologize. It's not because I don't love you. It's just because I literally can't see you. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't comment, because even if you're watching the replay, just put a comment and I could totally read the comments. And then as I'm talking, if you have something, you can send me a DM because my DMs are open. All right. So, hi. I am a integrative holistic health and life coach who is helping women dropping pain and overwhelm by balancing their hormones, syncing their cycle, soothing their nervous system, allowing them to triple their energy and take back their lives of pleasure. That is my mission in this world as of, like July-ish, is to start focusing on women's menstrual cycles and periods. And if you've been following me for a while, you probably saw a shift in my content. And that's why. It's because I got this huge download. It's like, I need to help women honor their bodies all the time, and especially through through the period, through when we're bleeding. And I came to this realization because I had heard a lot of my clients talking about their periods, and even like growing up, it felt like this huge burden just to be a woman, right? To be like, now we have to bleed once a month, and it's like, what the crap? Why? No, even it's no fun, right? But that's just what we're taught. That's how we're raised in this culture. But that's not our reality, right? Our reality is we are women and we are pleasure. Like, our birthright is pleasure. Our birthright is creativity, is manifestation, is love. And when our hormones are balanced and our cycle is synced, then we don't, and our nervous system is soothed, then we don't feel this pain. Right? There's not all this pain. There's not all this suffering. Like, we don't have to take the suffering of the world on our shoulders. Like, that's not what we're here for. We're here to heal, to be in love with our bodies, to be in a place of pleasure, of light, of love, of creativity. So that's so powerful, just to own that and just to put that in your mind, to recalibrate those neurosynapses or whatever up here in the brain of just thinking of your body in that way. It's really powerful. And so what I have created is Primrose Period Perfection. And what that is a group coaching program, a 30-day group coaching program, where I teach you how to love your period, to have the perfect period. Because what happens is our period, the day one of when you start bleeding, is day one of your cycle. It's like the day one of the rest of your month, right? It's day one. And how you treat and honor and nourish your body within that week of bleeding, that day one, will set your whole month up for success or not so success, depending on how you nourish yourself within that time of bleeding. So for an example, for what happened to me yesterday. So I'm in this launch, right? I just finished the challenge of Healthy Hormones Challenge, and I'm wanting to post, I wanted to connect, I wanted to do all these things, but my body was like, rest. And I have been honoring myself and honoring my body's messages. And so I was like, okay, I'll rest. Even though my brain space was like, but you have so much to do. I was like, no, it's time to rest. And so I did. I laid on the couch. I took a little nap. I cuddled with my kitten, and I rested. And then after dinner, I realized My body is so wise and smart, and it knows that like today's super busy for us. I have clients this afternoon. This weekend is super busy because I'm wrapping up the challenge and the giveaway, and my Brian, my oldest, is having his 10-year-old birthday party, and I'm going out and celebrating with a friend who just got a promotion at work. So like there's a lot going on this weekend, right? But so I'm not going to get the rest like I normally would on my Saturday and Sunday, right? That's usually my time of rest. But this weekend it's not. It's going to be busy. And I didn't even put those two and two together until after I was done resting yesterday, getting, ready for bed. I was like, oh, my body's so wise. It let me rest yesterday because it knew that I was going to need all the energy I could possibly have this weekend, right? So that is what happens on a much larger scale when we're bleeding, right? When we're on our period. It is our body giving us the time to rest, giving us the time to settle in, to release things that do not serve us physically, emotionally, spiritually, and rest. Right? And so what's happening is we're recalibrating, right? As we're resting, we're regenerating. We're bringing in even more energy into our mind, body, spirit. So then when we're done bleeding and we start transitioning out of that time of rest and into that high energy time of ovulation, guess what? We have the energy to ovulate. Right? We have nourished our hormones through foods, through movement, through whatever. We've rested and we have the energy now to ovulate successfully. And so ovulation for us can mean many different things. It could be literally ovulating and trying to make a baby, like for real, like you want a baby, so you want to do that. So you do it and you're going to be more successful. Or it might be that you are ovulating and you are producing something out there in the world. Like maybe you're an entrepreneur and you are now going to give like your launch to the world, right? So now you have the energy to do that, because you set yourself up for success back day one, first day of your bleeding cycle, right? And then after you ovulate, you still need to honor your body, nourish it, right? And if you rested and nourished it all back at day one of your first day of bleeding, of that whole time, then your hormones aren't going to go through that roller coaster ride of going through the luteal phase of going from ovulation to bleeding again, right? So it's normal for our hormones to drop during that time, especially if we haven't implanted a baby, right? It is okay for our hormones to drop, but we don't want it to be a roller coaster. We want it to be an easy drop and an easy float. And if you've nourished yourself, honored your body, worked through the emotions, fed your body nutrients, gave yourself herbs and supplements that you needed, you're not going to have those crashes, right? You can just slide through that phase, right? Shake out those emotions that do not serve. And then guess what? It's time to bleed again. And you just start the cycle all over. And day one of that new month, of that new cycle, you just nourish your body. You come back in to harnessing your energy to creating another month of success for you, right? So that's what's possible for you. So that means our bleeding time is magical. Our bleeding time is a place of love and gratitude and rest, not of pain, not of suffering. So if you're someone who does experience like chronic debilitating menstrual cramps, right? Migraines, headaches, PMS from hell, like PMS, so bad PMS that it's disrupting your well-being and your relationships, then this program can help you balance all of that, because it's going to balance your hormones, sync your cycle, and soothe your nervous system. So that way you can live a life of pleasure. And the PMS time is actually it's like just a walk in the park. Like you can literally bleed for somewhere between 3 to 5 days, and that's it, right? Not 7, not 10. You can literally have PMS symptoms that you're like, ugh, I'm PMSing, everyone's getting on my nerves. Okay, I'm going to go in here. And that's it. There's no yelling, no screaming, right? You can actually have a time where there's no headaches, right? And then those cravings you get to indulge in the cravings, because the cravings are a signal for your body to be nourished, a signal for your hormones to get what they need to set yourself up for success through the ovulation period, right? So that's what I give you in Primrose, is I give you that mapping, that I'll call it a blueprint for lack of better words, that blueprint of what you can do starting with day 1 of bleeding, right, all the way through your cycle. You'll get the herbs and supplements you need. You'll get the foods that most nourish you on each specific week of your cycle, right? And we'll talk about emotional empowered yoga. You'll get those sessions, emotional empowered yoga sessions each week that harnesses your energy for that specific week, that nourishes your mind, body, spirit, balances those hormones, syncs your cycle, and soothes your nervous system. So Primrose is amazing. It's an awesome program, and I'm excited to share it with all of you. And one of, all of it's my favorite parts, but one of my favorite things is we're going to actually send you a Primrose period pack. So in that pack, I'm already going to have all the herbs you need handcrafted in tea bags all ready for you. So it'll be super stinking simple. You just put it in your mug, put some hot water in there, and sip away, right? And I'll already have supplements that you may need, and I'll have baths already made up for you, and essential oil sprays all created to help balance the hormones. So I'll have all of that ready for you. And before we even get you into the program Primrose Period Perfection, you can schedule your complimentary hormone analysis call with me. And during that call, I'll decide, I'll scan your body and we'll discuss your hormones. And I'll give you one tip that you can implement today that will help balance those hormones and already start the process. And then also through that complimentary hormone analysis call, I'll see, where your hormones might be a little wonky, right? And see if I should tweak or make your care pack, your Primrose Period pack, a little different than everyone else's, because we're all different. We all need something different. We're all going through this a little differently. And if you are someone who's like, but I'm not bleeding anymore, great, perfect. This program is still for you, because even though you're not bleeding, you're still going through that same cycle. You're still a woman with that same energy of rest and creation, of manifestation. You're just in the magic of it, right? You just get to experience it a little differently. Your rest time is even more restful, right? It's just a little different for you, and I still can hold space for you and offer healing for you within that, because your hormones are still there, right? Just because you're not bleeding anymore doesn't mean you don't have hormones anymore, right? You still need to balance the estrogen. You still need to balance the testosterone and the cortisol and the dopamine, the serotonin, all these hormones that are still working for you each and every day, and they still need to be nourished, and you can still follow the same blueprint. Because this blueprint is for you as woman, for you to step into your divine femininity, So this program is for you as a woman. This program is for you who's ready to drop pain, drop overwhelm, drop PMS symptoms, drop headaches, fatigue, irritability, cramping, food cravings, that, food cravings I'm talking about, skin irritation, right? Dryness, itchiness, anything like that could be hormone related. And if you're unsure, if you're like, I've got all these symptoms and I don't know if it's my hormones or not, you can still set up your complimentary hormone analysis call with me, and we'll see, right? We'll see. There's no fault in just checking and seeing, and we'll see what's going on. And if Primrose isn't the right fit for you, then I have a whole host of coaches and healers in my toolbox that I can then send you to someone who can help you, or I can find a way to help you. Okay? All right. I feel like I've been talking 90 miles a minute because I'm so excited about this program. So thank you for listening. If you are excited, give me a yes in the comments, and send me a DM, and we will start the process of bringing a balance to your healthy hormones. Okay? So again, y'all, I'm Jillian. I'm legally blind, so I'm not rude. So if you're here and I didn't say hello, that's why. Just send me a DM or comment later, and I'll get back to you. And remember, dear ones, dear my lovely women in power, you're here to experience life as pleasure. So own that. Take that. Be that. You are pleasure, right? And I will see y'all in my DMs. I'll see you in my comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.